Alright guys, figured I'd do a video update this time since there's a lot to show you guys, so can't really do a whole bunch of pictures, so I'd rather just do a video. So start off here, we'll look at here, we got the banana pepper plant. It's got a nice big one sitting on there. If you remember last time I said it was doing a little low stress training, well it looks like it's stressing it pretty big. I might have to pick that thing really soon. But I don't know, it's still not growing very big. You see all the little, where it's been leaning to the side there, it's starting to get some branching upward, but before that it wasn't very big. Just got back from vacation, so my yard's a little bit messy, but oh well. I'll have to clean that up later. Here's a jalapeno plant. See, it's podding up, got plenty of pods coming on it. Another jalapeno. See, this is a early jalapeno variety, so that's what it is. Oh, looky there. I got a slug on there. Let's get him off of there. Let's get him off my plant. Get off my plant. Little bugger. That was nice and slimy. Anyway, we got, this is Jamie's Mystery Annuum. He said it's leaning more towards a goat's weed. So I'll take his word on that. I'm not a expert on goat's weed, so I couldn't tell you. But it's putting out a pretty decent amount of pods now. Starting to get there. Here's my bell pepper plant. This had I don't know, about 3 weeks ago this had a pod on it, but it wasn't, it was stunting the growth of the plant, so I picked it. So it's starting to really grow up now instead. Looks like we might have a pod or two forming, not sure. It's my Jimmy Nardello. I've already picked 2 right pods off of this guy, and it's definitely producing some more pods here. See this one's kind of really fat at the top of it. Pretty nice. Then we get to my supers. What we got? What is this one here? This is a 7-pod SR Gigantic. Don't see too many pods on this guy yet, but I do know we've got one right here. Yeah, got that one right there forming. Plants, I don't know if you can tell from the shot here, plants are looking pretty light green right now. It seems every week I'm still having to fertilize these guys with a high nitrogen fertilizer. Here's a yellow boot. Got 4, I think 4 pretty good sized pods going on this guy. Let's see, what do we have here? This is a yellow Moruga scorpion. So you got some pottage happening there. Pretty much over vacation, almost all of these started podding up for me, which obviously made me happy. It's my Nagamorich. Got a pretty heavy pod set right here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pretty good sized pods on 3 nodes there. See, we got a pod here. Oh, another slug. See the little guy? A little bugger. Get off my plants. Stay on the grass or something. It's been very wet these past few days, so it doesn't surprise me that the slugs are out. Yep, another one. Goodbye. Ooh, shot him onto the fence. This is a Rockport. This was sent to me by Jamie as well. The seeds. I got these seeds from Jamie. So that's podding up. This is a red brain, and I don't believe this one has any pods set on it yet. It's kind of lagging behind. You see it's not very bushy, not very big yet. Here is a 7-pot brown. Not too many pods on this guy. Its brother, or I guess you call it a sister, has quite a few more pods set on it than this one does. You can see here. Trying to get a zoom in here on it. There we are. There's the pod. And right here we've got, that's another 7-pod SR Gigantic. You see it's got a pod formed on it. So far the SRs, I believe, only have 1 or 2 pods set on each of them. I don't know if you look right here, there's a pod set. And here's my best performer thus far. This is my 7-pot Primo. It's got quite a few pods set. You can see I've got one. I got a nice looking one ripening right now, but I've got about 20 pods set on this guy. Give a closer shot of the big pod, the one that's ripening. That's a pretty hefty sized pod right there. It's good, really nice looking. Right here is my Jonah. I thought this guy was going to perform well, but he's not really putting out a whole heck of a lot. So I don't think he's produced anything yet. So nothing there. Did I take a look at this guy? Yeah, that was my brown. Okay. Here's my red boot. It's not producing any pods yet. Looks like it's had a bit of mite damage happening on it, but I'm not really too worried about it because you see the new growth on top is pretty much taken care of, so it looks like it's okay. Right here's my other brown. So you see it's got quite a few pods setting on it. Over here, yeah, quite a bit more than the other one I've got. Now this is supposedly a Scotch bonnet. I don't have a whole lot of pods set on, so I can't really get a good true representation, but thus far, this is the only one I've got to go on as far as shape. And to me that just looks like a hab. So I don't know. We'll find out. Right here we've got a yellow brain, and I don't think this guy's got any pods. No, this has been a real problem child. This guy has not really, you see how real light yellow this guy is. Try giving this guy a little extra fertilizer this morning, but it's hardly set any buds either. We'll move up here. Oh, I gotta come around this side. Sorry if I'm shaking you guys to bits here. It's my red Moruga Scorpion. See, it's starting to set a few pods there. We do have one almost full size one right there. Nice looking pod. Fairly decent size, not huge. And we have a red brain. It's another red brain, and I think this guy's got at least one pod on him. Here, see? There's my one pod, I believe. I don't see any more pods. This is my other Primo. Believe it or not, 2 weeks ago, this was no more than 4 inches tall. It was bushy, but only for about 4 inches tall. It's really shot up since I started giving it fertilizers. And you see now, got a tiny pod set happening. Very tiny. Here's my Reaper, my lone Reaper. It's got 1, 2, 3 pods I count so far, 4 pods. And this is the biggest one out of them. Can't tell a whole lot just yet. It doesn't look gnarly yet or anything, but it does look like it's going to have like perhaps the true phenotype. Not sure. We'll find out. What do we got here? This is my yellow Moruga Scorpion. It's another yellow Moruga Scorpion. It's putting out, I think I saw more than one pod, but at any rate, here's the biggest one at least on this one. But yeah, I have been struggling to try to keep these guys with enough nitrogen. I still think that it was the pine bark fines that I put in there. They were supposed to be composted, but maybe not composted enough. So as long as I keep them with a weekly dose of high nitrogen fertilizer, they seem relatively happy. While I have you, here's the rest of my garden. Most of it's on the downswing here. Back in those squares there I had corn. They've all given up their corn to me. Very delicious. So yeah, I chopped the stalks down. Kind of made a mulch out of the leaves and everything. Broccoli, I still need to cut down the rest of these stalks. You see, I've kind of been really laxed on pest control with these guys, since they pretty much yielded almost all of their florets to me already. I've just kind of let them go. And you see that I think these are the cabbage worms. I think the cabbage worms pretty well did a number on these. I'm going to cut these stalks down and use whatever that's left of the leaves as mulch. It's my zucchini. While I was on vacation, I believe this one has started succumbing to squash vine borers. I don't know if you can see down in there the stalk. You can see a little bit of frass on there, so I don't expect this guy to last much longer. Hopefully long enough to give me that zook right there. This one's doing much better, although it's migrated quite a bit. You see I'm getting some powdery mildew issues. I'm gonna have to put a compost tea down on it. Hopefully a good fungal one so I could outcompete that powdery mildew. Another zucchini on there. And these guys have been very prolific, as most zucchini has been. Strawberries, I did a horrible job of planting these guys. They really got crowded out by all the other stuff. But since they've been uncrowded by, I had carrots right there. I've already pulled all the carrots and eaten all of them, so they're all done. But you see they're starting to produce some fruit for me now. Got one little guy right there. I think a few more are interspersed in there. I'm going to keep those guys in the bed all year round, and next year I'm only going to plant small stuff around them, so hopefully they'll thrive next year. Got green beans. These guys are succumbing to some sort of, I guess it's BLS or something. I have picked about 12. Ah, look, there's my daughter. She's awake. I'm giving a video update for everybody, so I'll be in a second, okay? But yeah, so I picked about 14 pounds of green beans off of this so far. And even though it's having some leaf issues, you see it's still producing beans for me. And I'll probably pick another couple pounds off of this here in about another week. But yeah, I had plenty of lettuce. Most of that's gone, been eaten. My herbs, well, my parsley is just taking over. I got to really trim that back. And we got some oregano, which that's been really crowded out. All these have been crowded out by the green beans, and some rosemary. I haven't really been eating those, so I'm really not gonna. Don't think I'm gonna go with them again next year. But like I said, I had lettuce there. This lettuce, even though being crowded out, has decided it's gonna fight its way through, but unfortunately it's bolting, so not gonna be very tasty in the leaves. So I don't think I'm gonna harvest those. I'm gonna cut them down pretty soon. But yeah, that's my progress thus far. You can see all my weeds in my yard from where I've been gone. They've shot up like weeds. So hope you guys enjoyed the update. Thanks.